right, guys, so I'm back here with the NASCAR Freak.
What's up, buddy?
So this is our 5th year coming here, probably
Yeah.
6th year for you.
Yeah, because we started coming back here either 2017 or 2018, I believe, is when we first discovered that video of Cinemaskers guys actually freaking coming down here and checking it out. We kind of
big shout out to Cinemasker.
Yeah, big shout out. Check out their YouTube channel, by the way, too, Cinemasker, or youtube.com/Cinemasker. You know, they got some awesome content. There's been a few changes over the years with them, but check them out though.
The thing is cool too. One of the things that's cool too, though, is when we're out here, it's like we see people who are like other YouTubers. They go, "Oh my goodness, like this place is like a hidden gem."
Oh yeah, and it's kind of one of them things where you come out here and it's like you get that cool nostalgia of seeing all these like awesome arcade games around here, but you get that modernized kind of thing of where you don't have to worry about the quarters, so to speak. You know, you can pay a one-time fee for the whole day.
One-time fee.
And you can enjoy these things like, you know, how you used to grow up, except now you don't have, like I said, you don't have to worry about the quarters or anything. So,
or pay your full allowance.
Exactly. You know, you come in, you can just enjoy almost everything that these guys have to offer over here. So
now, one of the things is that we'll be doing those sections of this video, because we're gonna do a walk around with you guys while we're doing this video. But we'll be talking about the new edition that we want to look at.
Yeah.
As well as tomorrow we'll be adding some more of the quieter thing, because it's a pretty busy day because it's Columbus Day that we're recording this.
Well, and yeah, it's like somewhat busy, but compared to like years past, like there's been a couple of years where we've come in here on like the weekend, so to speak.
Right.
And there was like, I can recall one time where we literally were in here at open, like they opened up, we were here, and before you freaking could blink an eye, it filled up so fast that, I mean, you almost couldn't even barely get through this place. So
it is popular here.
Yeah, so it is popular in that good aspect where, like, yeah, but the problem is on some days it can get so busy before you even blink an eyeball, and all of a sudden you're kind of like all clustered, so to speak, in these games. But
and that's the thing too is like when you're coming in here for the first time, you're gonna go. The first time I came in here it was in shock going.
You were like pretty much, and me too, because we were both kind of astounded with how much stuff was. I wouldn't say like crammed in here, but it was like just squeezed in here. Because I was thinking it was going to be this kind of like bigger building, so to speak. But when we saw the size of this thing, we were kind of taking
on the outside.
We were kind of taken back a little bit with like just how much stuff they were able to cram in this whole thing. So it's pretty amazing what these guys actually do.
It kind of reminds me like a strip mall, but it's not the outside. It's like a tiny little shop.
In a sense, because you kind of walk by the building, you think that it's just some kind of normal thing and stuff, but you walk in here and it all hits you all at once. So like, holy crap, look at all the stuff that's in here. But they do a fantastic job with how they do this stuff.
Right. So we're going to do some quick look around. He's going to narrate a little bit of it. And we'll go to the spot that they actually added to this. So as I said before, we're basically walking through the area that we just showed. And the thing is, when we were going through here last year, they didn't have this at all. Like, it was all taped up. And so the thing that for me, and this is actually one of the quieter areas back here, where they added a whole bunch of new stuff. The thing for me is there is literally very interesting, like, variety back here.
Right. It's like you could be going through, like, especially when you first walk into the thing, you can be seeing a whole bunch of games that you can be familiar with. And then obviously as you walk throughout the building here, it's like you can see all these different kinds of games that they either have had or they just added, because obviously with this whole deal here, they add new games to this place every single week.
So this is what we got back here, the Carnov, we've never seen this.
Yeah,
it wasn't here last year. I know that.
Either that or maybe, like, I don't know if I've ever noticed it, but this is like one of them games where there's a lot of these that they just added here that I've never seen before. I've never played at all. So obviously it's like one of them cool things that you can see when you come in here is like, yeah, like I said, you're going to see some familiar ones that you've, grown up as a kid playing and stuff. And then you'll see some that you've never seen at all, period. And you'll be able to enjoy them, for hours on end in here, just, trying stuff out, obviously. And then there's obviously a few other that were over back that way that, like, say, like Batman's like one of the examples right here that, I didn't play a lot of, but this is like one of them familiar ones, obviously, like, one of them ones that was ported from the arcade into the home consoles. Then obviously you got some, like, say, like Ninja Gaiden over here. This is one of them ones where it was vastly different from the arcade to the home consoles because the arcade was like a Double Dragon style beat 'em up, whereas the NES versions that we knew growing up playing was like a side-scrolling game of some sort. So sometimes you get these arcade games where they're just vastly different from the arcade machines to like the home console stuff, but it's just amazing seeing a lot of these games in here that I couldn't really necessarily play when I was growing up as a kid, but like nowadays I can, relive my childhood, so to speak, with all these awesome freaking games in here and stuff. So it's pretty cool being able to see all this stuff too.
And that's the thing for me too is like when we were back here last time, we had a large selection to look at, which was great because we were able to see what could be possibly coming in next year.
Yeah,
because the thing is like you never know what they're gonna bring in the year next. Because we come here once a year, and
obviously we all know of how some certain things went on and stuff like that. So that kind of halted a couple years, like 2 or 3 years, so to speak. So they were able to. I mean, obviously they were probably still adding some stuff even when the whole stuff was on lockdown and stuff like that. So,
but the thing is, they do a Monday night reveal every Monday for a new arcade. You can imagine so many Mondays from last year June to October this year. You can imagine all those Mondays. He's going, there's no room for this stuff.
And yet they keep on building on it almost every single year, which is just incredible because there was like the spots that you were talking about earlier, how they had all that stuff kind of taped. Well, maybe not necessarily taped off, but it was kind of blocked off. And then it just seemed like everything was kind of all smashed in.
And the thing that's cool too is like when they add certain elements to this certain area. So like they added all these cool and like retro arcade racers. And the thing is funny is like when you see these, the first thing you think of is like they belong somewhere else. It's like no, actually I prefer not to be in the open. I prefer that because the thing is when you have them back to back like this, you have friends who are racing next to you on a completely different system. Like you have your Initial D, you have your Crazy Taxi, Hyperdrive, Cruising World. I mean, and the list goes on. And here's the cool thing too. NASCAR here could literally be sitting next to me playing Chicago 2029. I'm playing Rush 2049. And we're just trying to beat their score. So we can basically switch seats.
Because we could be doing some friendly challenges here where I'm trying to do something here on San Francisco Rush, and he could be over here on either Chicago 1929, or he could be doing some Hydro Thunder stuff. And it's always the cool thing about these whole things, like you got so much variety in here, and you can always have little friendly challenges with your friends that come in here and stuff. So you can always be challenging one another, just having fun with it and stuff. So always a neat thing that I've always enjoyed about this place when we started coming here, was just being able to, sit there and play games.
And the thing is the list goes on. So the thing is again, if you want nostalgia, if you want to make memories, and if you want to just enjoy a good few hours, it's dirt cheap for what they do. They're during the October and all those fall and winter hours. I guess it's really quiet here. So if you want a good time to you're by yourself for a little bit, I'm sure it's a good place to come in here. Yep. It is a bit of a drive for those who are from Michigan and other parts of the state, but it is worth the trip, guys.